The BTC Reaper. My goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading, whether price is going up or down. So over on total for the daily, we are seeing a pump up. We are breaking our resistance area. So kind of couple things happened today as far as news wise. First, tariffs were kind of paused. That is positive, except for China. That gave us a big pump because now we're able to enter markets in more countries. So that gives us more of that global economy, not just favoring those countries and paying their way and not getting that barrier to entry removed. So this has been a barrier for 50 years, and that's very positive for US markets. The other thing that happened is we kind of saw more things happening geopolitically with the war, where another country decided to have more soldiers on there. Again, more on that in our Discord, so join us in the Discord if you want to see that. But our VWAP does want to push forward. Momentum is gaining strength with a double green dot, and the money flow is attempting to rebound. So if that VWAP can stay bullish and we get a strong green candle, then we could push forward to that 936 like our MPP projects. But if we get a red candle tomorrow, then I would watch how things shake out as far as the other news that we mentioned. So over on the 1 hour, we do have some consolidation after a push up. Now this push up was very quick, but this push down was pretty quick too. It got a couple of retests, but nothing major. So I feel like this push down justifies this push up, and we may not see too much bearish momentum or fallout from here, providing this VWAP can stay in the bullish territory. So that VWAP did attempt to weaken, but we were indecisive, and then VWAP picked up that strength. That VWAP picking up the strength brought momentum forward, bringing money flow into the green, and if that VWAP can get higher highs with higher lows and maintain above this neutral, or at least favor more up on the bullish side than the bearish side, then we can continue forward and see these higher time frames strengthen, which would help push the rest of our altcoins forward. Now, over on Bitcoin for the daily, we also have, there's going to be 5 rate cuts this year, so that's very big for the market, and that's largely due to the tariffs. So if you're mad about Trump, don't thank him for those rate cuts then. But we are pushing up to the top of this gap. That is positive. We did say to watch for this pump for several days now. We even said to watch for it in the weekend, so it should not have taken you by surprise. Our stochastic overall is weakening. RSI wants to push up. VWAP is trying to gain strength, pushing the momentum higher. So watch for that to maintain to help give that money flow strength. Remember, we would need to watch this 1 hour and watch it continue above this range. So this is going to be a very critical spot for us. If we break above this, then we're going to try and break through that value area high and get that bullish push. So this could be that higher low. So you have that low, a consistent low, and then a bit of a bullish trend. So that could be positive. Now, the MPP is still projecting gloom and doom, so again, watch that. When they are just fresh like this, I don't really take them too much for what they're showing. I kind of like to wait a couple candles because usually that they do get shaken up a bit, especially on these lower time frames. You have seen that if you've seen us cover it over time and time again. But that VWAP is favoring bullish, pushing our momentum higher and giving that money flow strength. If that VWAP can maintain this bullish push, then we will continue forward, helping solidify that green position on our money flow, which will strengthen those higher time frames and help pump us forward. The 1 hour is pushing green, the 2 hour is green, and the 4 hour is green. So we do have the environment for strong green candles. And here on the 4 hour, this could be a double bottom, which could try to take us forward. So if we look at this double bottom, you have a drop, a rise, a drop, and a rise, and then that gives you a pump forward. To measure that pump forward, you go where your neckline would be, where your two tops would connect. Then you would draw from the top down to your bottom, one of your heads, and then apply that forward, and that could give us a break right around that 92, 93K, which is that very critical resistance for us to get toward that 100K. Remember, if we get rejected by that 93K range, that was a strong support resistance area in the past. So we do not want to see that, because then we could just kind of pump back down and this pump could be all for nothing. Now, not saying that's going to happen, just saying what you want to watch for. Remember, there you want to be prepared for both the bullish and bearish scenario. You want to have a plan for both. That way you can act for both. So if you're waiting for the bearish scenario, my advice would be set your limit order. And so you can do that on Coinbase. When you go to buy something, top right-hand corner, you can switch it from forget what they call it, railway order to a limit order. Again, I don't really place many orders for right now because usually when I'm placing my orders, they're a month, maybe 2 months in advance. So when people are telling me I was wrong, usually I'm picking it up later. Our stochastic does want to push up, RSI is gaining strength, that VWAP does want to break that neutral, momentum is pushing forward with a double green dot, so we do look positive. Again, watch for a confirmation green candle to show us that we have a rounding bottom here that could help take us above that resistance area. Now, over on the 1 hour, VWAP is in the bullish territory with higher highs and higher lows. We attempted to break away, but we got that higher low and pumped forward, giving us that higher high. If we can maintain above this neutral or continue to see waves kind of like this, then we could continue to push forward and see those higher time frames strengthen. We are midway through this MPP projection from the bottom that we had, so I would just watch for a little bit of a retracement, but as long as we hold this Fibonacci level, I would not be too concerned, or at least don't break that 75K. If we break around that 75K, then I'd be a little more concerned. VWAP is starting to come back down, momentum is starting to round, and money flow is in the green, but it looks a little weak. Watch that VWAP very close because remember, we need the 1, 2, and 4 hour to stay in the green to pump up that daily and give us those strong green candles. Over on graph for the daily, we don't have quite the same rounding bottom, so again, watch for a green candle that would break us above our value area low, giving us that confirmation, and hopefully a further push up toward that 11-cent range. Stochastic does want to push up, RSI is pushing forward, VWAP is breaking through the neutral, and momentum does want to push with a double green dot, so we do look positive for a continuation forward. And if you sold off last night, I tell people DCA in, DCA out, because if you was sold off because of fear, you'd be at a massive loss today for that opportunity cost. But over on graph for the 1 hour, we are breaking above that resistance, attempting to hold, and we did get a retest and a bounce, so that does look positive to potentially continue us forward, but just keep an eye on that MPP projection where we could break this support level. Our momentum is starting around. Again, that VWAP is favoring bullish, which could push the money flow into the red, but right now our money flow is starting to curl away, so watch that VWAP very close. If it breaks back into the bearish territory, we would have a chance for the money flow to remain in the red, which would keep these higher time frames from pushing forward. Now, over on XRP for the daily, there's a 75% chance of staying where we are now, potentially making a lower high, not very good, and then there's a 25% chance of a God candle pushing us toward $14. So I hope that God candle appears because that'd be one heck of a gain for us, but again, watch for confirmation. We need a strong green candle to take us above this range and pump us forward. That VWAP is breaking through the neutral. Momentum does want to push forward with a double green dot, and money flow is trying to gain strength, so I would watch for that VWAP to hold. Over on the 1 hour, our VWAP is attempting to test the neutral. Again, we do have bullish favor, so watch for it to stay in bullish favor, pushing momentum higher, giving that money flow further strength to push us on the higher time frames and give us those strong green candles. But our MPP does say we could retrace as long as we don't break below this 185. I'd say we could still see a bullish move, but watch out for the highs and lows to connect. Remember, if highs and lows connect in a straight channel, then we have a rising channel that brings you back down. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a great night. Hit the like and subscribe and join us in that Discord.